What is going on? So in this video, I'm going to explain how Catholic parishes can never, ever have to worry about getting attendance for young adult events ever again. You're going to have so many young people at your parish wanting to do things, and when you have an event, there's going to be so many people there, you won't know what to do with them all, okay? It's a big problem Catholic parishes have, and I'm going to solve it, okay? Why listen to me? Well, I run a Catholic ministry that helps Catholic men get fit and build good habits. I barely pay a dime in advertising, and we're on track to do over $1 million in just the first 20 months of business, okay? Let's break it down. So I want to start with the caveat that I'm not going to show any like diagrams, like marketing diagrams or anything like that. I just want to convey the concepts. If you're a parish priest or you work at a parish, just listen to the concepts that I'm trying to convey, because that's all I really need from you. If you get that, it can change the whole parish, okay? So let's start with what typically happens at a young adult event, okay? So let's say a parish hosts a young adult event, and it's like Theology on Tap. That was a common one in my parish in Milwaukee. And so they basically host, a bunch of young people come to a bar, maybe you chat a little bit, have a beer, and then, their speaker maybe talks about theology, something like that. What do you get? Maybe 10, 20, 30 people show up, maybe 10, 20 the same people every single event, right? That's not what we want. And why don't we want this? Because parishes need young people to kind of carry it on to the next generation, and that's where the baptisms come from and the marriages. It's just good for a parish to have all this, okay? You want young people engaged, right? We know this. Why do parishes struggle with this? Here's the main reason. Not enough people know about what you do, okay? So we're gonna start with the funnel, basically how to funnel young Catholics to events, okay? Just 3 levels, 3 concepts, really straightforward, okay? Step 1 is you have to make yourself known, okay? If we're building literally like a funnel, like we're at the top of the funnel, you have to make yourself known to people. Advertise literally means to make known. And we're not like advertising the church, but we kind of are, okay? So how do you make yourself known to young Catholics in your area? Okay, how do you do that? Well, that's called marketing, to make yourself known. And there is 2 types of marketing. There's traditional marketing, billboards, pamphlets, door-to-door, radio, right? Most people don't do that. Billboards, I guess you could try, but you're going to be competing with injury attorneys and stuff like that. So don't go that route. There's traditional marketing, and then there's digital marketing, okay? Digital marketing is social media marketing, email marketing, text marketing, stuff like that. Group community marketing. All of that is online, okay? This is where the church is lacking. It's probably where your parish is lacking too, okay? But guess what? The young people don't do any of this traditional marketing. All the young people are over here in social media platforms. So we got to go where the young people are, okay? You're still sending an email through your Flock Notes system and nobody reads it. Do you know what the average open rate of a cold email is? Less than 1%. Do you know the average open rate of a blue text message, even if it's from an automated system? It's over 50%. Very exciting. So anyway, digital marketing is the key for parishes, okay? So remember, we're still at the top level, top of funnel. How do we make ourselves known? In the digital marketing world, there's 2 ways. You can post content on a platform. That's where you make free things, free videos or free pictures, and you post it out into the ether, okay? Or you can run paid advertising. All right, so let's start with the first one. Nothing is stopping you from making a video and being like, what's going on? We're hosting Theology on Tap at our parish at the blah, blah, blah bar. Be sure to come if you're a young Catholic man or woman. And you just post that to an Instagram account. There's nothing stopping you from doing that, okay? Here's the tough part with that. Everyone is posting free content, and so if you want a lot of people to see what's called your free content, your organic content, you got to compete with everyone else, so it's got to be really good. Usually takes about 2 years of consistent posting to figure out the tips and tricks to get people, to get like 50,000 views, 100,000 views, stuff like that, okay? It's a tough game, a lot of sharks in the water, okay? Maybe you're there. Maybe you've been consistently posting content like Bishop Barron or Father David Michael Moses. Who else? Father Mike Schmitz. Probably not though, especially if you're watching this video. So I wouldn't start there. I would start with paid advertising. Now, paid advertising doesn't mean, don't think of like advertisement, like buy now, $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Just you are paying the platform to send your video to people. That's all it means, right? So you pay money. You can either get people to watch your video for free because it's really exciting, kind of like this video, or I can pay money to, like YouTube, for example, to force it in front of people I wanted to see. Like I could force it to show it to Catholic men or people like that. So that's what you should start with. Why? Because you don't have the content ready, and you can send the people directly to the video that you want to show. Okay, and what do I mean? You can choose who sees the video based on location. Okay, so I'm not going to go into the details and the tactics, but I just want you to know the concept that you can pay a platform, we'll say Instagram, because that's where most young people are. You can pay a platform to send a video to Catholics in your area. Crazy, I know, which means, now you might think, wait, so do we just take like a poster of the young adult event and then just, it's called boosting or like running the ad for it, or run that and just run that? No, there's actually a bigger part of the funnel that's even better than that, but you're on the right track if you're thinking that. Again, tactics are for another video, just the concept. You can pay to do that, okay? And whatever you're spending on marketing, from Helga in the marketing department, who's 130 years old, she has no idea what's going on, tell her, take that money and put it into social media platforms, okay? All right, step one. Now we've made ourselves known. I haven't explained how, but just assume. We've made ourselves known through these two things, content, paid ads, okay? Boom, great. Young people are starting to know about the church, okay? So next step is nurturing them. That's the term, nurturing. Okay, when someone wants to become a priest, we discern seminary, and we're discerning what happens, okay? Well, we don't just get thrown an application and they're like, here, go join. What happens? There's all that stuff in between. You go to the events, and then maybe you get dinner with the vocation director, and you're hanging out with the vocation director, maybe you get a beer, and then he's like, why don't you come hang out at the seminary, and you're hanging out. It's nurture, right? Because he wants to close you, or maybe he does, it's God's will, but he wants the decision to be made, and you're more likely to make the decision towards seminary if you've been nurtured, right? It's just human psychology. That's what we're going to do with all the young people that now know about your church and your parish and the young adult events, okay? So here's the strategy, okay? Remember those paid ads I told you about where you can run them to people in your area? What you're going to do is on Instagram, you can have followers, and what you're going to do is you're going to run an advertisement for the parish page, St. Mary's Parish, and the advertisement's going to say, hey, follow your local Catholic parish, St. Mary's. Just be a poster if you want. Or what I would do is a picture of the parish, and then on the sides are like the pastor and maybe the parochial vicar, and just have them on there, right? And it's just like a nice picture. It says, follow the St. Mary's Catholic Parish page, right? You pay money, and that goes to all the Catholics in your area. If you live in Baltimore, you can send it to every Catholic within a 10-mile radius of Baltimore, okay? Then all the Catholics follow the page, right? Because who wouldn't follow their local parish, right? It's not like some jerk fitness influencer who's like, follow me to buy my program, right? You're just a church. So everyone follows, boom. Now let's say you've got 10,000 followers on Instagram, okay? All those people kind of raise their hand. When they raise their hand, they're like, follow. They went from that top of funnel to where it's like, okay, get people to know you. Okay, now they know you. Now we're in step two. All the followers have to be nurtured. So how do you do that? Two ways. Are you with me so far? This is a lot. This is really important concepts. There's two ways to nurture. Number one, you should just consistently post videos on Instagram. They don't even have to be good, just from the heart. Literally a video of your pastor being like, I was given the homily this morning, and one thing about the readings that really stuck with me was how John ran faster when he got to the tomb. I just think that's really cool because it shows kind of the humanity of the two. Maybe he put that in there intentionally, whatever it is. And he's just being real. Post that. Consistently post content, because what happens? When people see you over and over, they know you more, they like you more, they trust you more. It could be of the church itself, updates. It could be the pastor giving tips, which I would probably recommend, stuff like that. So that's one way. But remember, we want to get young people to the event. So how are we doing that? Well, this is step two. Community nowadays, especially for people under 30, is mostly online. And there's a really good chance that your parish does not have online community. Not a real one, right? Email list doesn't count. I'm talking a social media community, kind of like Facebook groups, but that's kind of outdated. The most popular platform right now is School, S-K-O-O-L, okay? It's where everyone uses. What you can do, remember all those followers from Instagram? You can take all of them and tell them to join your online community on School. And School is a community platform, okay? It's an app, and that's where you can make posts, you can talk to others, you can DM each other. The moderators, the admins can make announcements, okay? So just think of how powerful this is, all right? What do you typically do for announcements? You give them at the end of the mass by some guy, and it's hard to hear because everyone's kind of getting up, and you don't even hear that well. Compared to people who have chosen to follow the parish and have joined the free community. Now they're in the free community, and they see all the posts from the priests and the other parishioners, and boom, then an announcement's made. See how much more engaging it is? Here's the best part. School has notifications enabled when you download it. So it goes almost as like a text to them. I'm telling you, this is huge, okay? So let's say we did that, all right? Let's say you're following the Joe blueprint and you just ran the ads. All the local Catholics followed you. Now all the local Catholics have been encouraged. I haven't explained how to do this, but I only have so much time. You've encouraged them to join your free community. Okay, now they're in your free community. Step 3. You nurtured them, right? Now step 3, you ask. Capital A, you do an ask. An ask in marketing is when you try to get someone to do the thing you want them to do. You know how when at Mass you send a collection basket by and there's one put in front of my face, in front of my friends and family? Yeah, that's an ask, okay? So is the second collection basket that comes around. You can see where my gripes are, okay? So how do you ask the right way? Remember, we want to ask them to come to the young adult event. How do you ask the right way? Well, you post it in the free community. And you post it by saying, hey guys, we're having this event. I want you guys to all be there. Who's coming? And you drop a poll. Choice 1, choice 2, heck yeah, I'll be there. No, I'm not coming. Anyone that votes, heck yeah, I'll be there, one of the assistants at the parish, then 24 hours before, DMs all of them on the app, on the community app, and just be like, hey, just a reminder for the event. Hope to see you there. That's it. The other thing you do is you go back on Instagram and you post on your story. Remember, you've consistently been posting content, which means Instagram likes you. He likes that you're consistently posting content, so it'll push your story to more people's feeds. So when you post a story and it says, hey, come join Father John and Father James at the Theology on Tap with the local young adult community in Baltimore. Hope to see you there. And then a poll that says like, heck yeah, I'll be there, or heck no. And then if they say, heck yeah, I'll be there, you DM them all the info, right? Now you might think, okay, maybe a couple people vote. No, no, no. When you have 10,000 followers, 300 people vote, all right? I'll make a poll, I'll get 500 votes, okay? You're dealing with an insane number of people. This is how you reach people at scale. Cool? All right, let's go back. Recap time. Step 1, you have to make yourself known. Nobody knows who your parish is, all right? No one knows about you. You have to make yourself known. You do that with either content or paid ads. You don't know how to do content yet, so you're gonna run paid ads. You're gonna run the ads to the local community, 10-mile radius around you, with a poster that says, follow this account. Everyone follows, then you invite all of them to join your free community on School. You can DM them, you can post on your story, make a post about it, whatever you gotta do, get them in there. Then, when it's time for the young adult event, you post that in your free community, and you post it on your story, and you DM everyone who's engaging with it. That will get you hundreds of people at your events. Hundreds, okay? This is how it works. This is how the world works. If you don't want a lot of young people at your events, don't do this. But this is how it's done, okay? My firm belief in all this is I want the Catholic Church to have as much money as possible, okay? That's all I want, right? If I really love God, I want Holy Mother Church to be as big and influential and powerful as possible. So just do this and you'll get tons of young people and your parish will grow. And you know what? We haven't even talked about this. I'll do a video on this. You're ever wondering how to get donations? It's not through the emails. It's not through the bulletin. It's actually not even through the collection baskets. It's through social media, okay? And you know what the best part about social media donations are? You can have it on a recurring subscription. So I don't have to drop a $20 bill in the collection basket. You can have me commit to a $20 recurring subscription for the rest of my life, right? Spotify doesn't make you pay once. Netflix doesn't make you pay once. Big lump sum, they make you do a little amount so you forget about it for the rest of your life. That's how you make all the money. I hope this was valuable. If you got value, drop a like. I will continue to make these videos. I'm also building out the Parish Growth Playbook, which is a step-by-step guide on how to build a social media marketing funnel in 2025 for your parish so you can 2 to 5x your donations, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. God bless.